Hey guys, it's Tess Washington. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Monday Night Tess MD TV. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Glad to see you again. And for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. And just go ahead and push that subscribe button. Stick around for a little while. Join the family. Tap string it on your finger. Do whatever you got to do. But just make sure you are here every single Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. On this channel, we discuss the optimization of your looks, love, wealth, and health. And tonight, we're going to talk about health, specifically poop. Well, constipation, bowel movements, stooling, and it's actually going to correlate with one of my other favorite topics going into me being a certified personal trainer, exercise. And that's why I'm so excited to share this information with you guys. Now, let's get straight to the nitty gritty. Poop. Now, a lot of people are dealing with constipation. Hey, Edwin. Hey, how's it going? Hey, welcome, welcome. Hey, how are you, Mary? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're just talking a little. I was about to say a bad word. Well, yeah, I don't even know if that's considered a bad word, considering that's the nature of our content tonight. But we're going to talk a little SHIT. And let me tell you how important it is to have a regular bowel movement. Now, I'm going to pause for a moment. Some people don't really clearly understand what constipation is. Like, if they don't go to the restroom every day, they feel like they're constipated, which is not necessarily the case. Some people feel like your routine is your routine. The main normal as far as bowel movements is you should have at least 3 stoolings per week. Now, with that being said, there could be some pathological reasons why you don't have regular bowel movements. So, I'm not giving medical advice, and nothing that I say on this channel should you feel reassured to the point that you feel as if you don't want to go visit your doctor, especially if this is considered a medical problem. And there are certain age groups that if you're constipated and certain things that you can see in your stool, there will be a automatic indicator. Don't pass go, don't collect $200, go straight to your doctor. Such as blood, there's never a situation when blood is normal in your stool. So I just wanted to put that out there as a disclaimer. Back to talking S. I think I'm gonna like the idea of being able to do that. Yeah, almost talk borderline bad. So the reason why it's so important for us to have regular bowel movements is you got to think about it. Stool is waste, right? I mean, let's just take it into a regular situation. You have your garbage in the kitchen. You want that garbage to just stay in the kitchen for about 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, a month, a year. You sell the property, it has the same bag of garbage. No, that's not what you want. And you want your body to evacuate waste on a regular basis as well. When we put something all the way from your tongue to the back door, that's all one organ system. That's all your GI system. I know, like, some people like do little like, tricks with their tongue, and some people look at their tongue as to be a sexual innuendo, but yeah, it's just your GI system. And when we put anything in our mouth, it's almost like it turns on a conveyor belt. Then you start GI motility, and then everyone along the way, almost like the Soul Train line, everyone along the way plays a role. The pancreas excretes enzymes. There are certain enzymes that are excreted when it gets into your tummy. There's a certain alkalinity or acidity that's necessary when things get into your tummy for it to digest. The duodenum plays a role. And then once we get all the way through the small bowel, then we got to go into the large bowel. And then they play a role as far as like taking out water. And then you get down to the point that it just finally dumps on out the chute. It normally should take approximately 90 minutes, give or take, from rooter to tutor. I'm enjoying myself. But so some people like literally, as soon as they eat, they're like, yeah, I'll be right back. And a lot of people, if they kept a journal, they would see that they have bowel movements at the same time of the day. And a lot of people have AM bowel movements. Now, why is that? Well, that goes into one of the five hacks as far as how to resolve this problem. It's a lot of hormones are released during the night, which is one of the reasons why sleep is so important. I just gave you one, sleep. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and wrap into that because it kind of ties into having a bowel movement first thing in the morning. The hormones that are allowed to be excreted if you get the appropriate amount of sleep, a lot of times have a lot to do with your GI motility. And normally you're supposed to evacuate the stool from overnight even before you go eat something in the morning and get your whole new set of stools. So normally the average person should start their day with the stool, and you don't want to be in a rush. You don't want to get up in the morning like, oh snap, I got 5 minutes, because I'm going to show you guys a position that you want to sit in, because a lot of people don't have here. I This was going to be cool, guys. A lot of people have poor poop because of poor posture. Say that 3 times. So there's a certain way. Have you ever noticed doggies and kitty cats when they, especially kitty cats, when they go poop? You ever notice they back? I mean, it's crazy, and they don't care who's looking, right? Look at the posture. If okay, all the people who have a dog or a cat, raise your hand. Raise your hand. I see you. I see you. Okay. Now, next time your kitty cat goes into the litter box, or your puppy Fido goes to poop outside, watch and see how they stand, right? And unfortunately, a lot of us, we sitting down, checking your text message, reading, talking on the phone. Yeah, the posture is poor. So you have poor posture for poop. So you need to have proper posture for I can't even do it. So a lot of times it's just a matter of changing your posture, elevating your feet, and stick around. I'm going to share with you some sounds that you can make that can make the poop come out a little bit easier. Huh? Hey, if you like this kind of content, just being healthy, happy, and whole, make sure you subscribe, go tell your friends, come on back next Monday, and make sure you push that like button. All right, getting back to the content. So, a lot of people have been like, why am I discussing this primarily on our platform? Because we're the beauty docs, right? We're all into like aesthetics and hormones. Because I've been getting a lot of comments like, Dr. Taz, would you show me how to do an exercise to get rid of a fupa? Well, if the fupa is full of poopa, we need to resolve the poop problem first, because the residual stool can lead to bloating. And so if we evacuate the poopa, we may be able to resolve the fupa. So that's the reason why I felt like this conversation was very important. I also just signed up to have available for you guys there's like this diet, not diet, but I mean, like, there's a diet in my functional medicine program. We're having like some kind of a fair or something like that, and it was all these amazing great diets, and I can walk you guys through, and they all help with GI motility. So that was one of the main reasons, in addition to the other main reasons I wanted to discuss pooping. So now, some GI abnormalities, constipation or diarrhea are common. Irritable bowel disease, that could be Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. There are even some IB. Now, understand there's a difference between irritable bowel disease and irritable bowel syndrome. All right. So, irritable bowel syndrome may sometimes be mixed with intermittent diarrhea, constipation. You'll flip back and forth. And they're actually called by the differentiation. Is it more so constipation? Is it more so diarrhea? But that more so is just associated with the kind of stooling, the irritable bowel syndrome. Whereas irritable bowel disease is actually Crohn's disease or ulcerative disease or the diverticular disease, or something that you more so had to take a medication and sometimes surgery. So those are two different things. And those two can also lead to either constipation or diarrhea, and sometimes seeing blood in your stool. So don't be shy about going to see your GI doctor. I want to make sure I put that out there for you. So I'm just going to state up top the 5 things that you can do because for some people may want to like, come on, come on, come on, get to the point because I want to tune off. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Unpatient, the 5 main things that you can do to just initiate bowel movements regular right away are as follows. And one of them I want to show you. I think the first one I'm going to spend more time on because, with it being I'm almost a certified personal trainer, this is the one that really led me to be like, oh, snap. Who is talking to them about this? And it's mainly exercise. All right, let me show you. Hey, Edwin, I've been practicing. Oh, doggone it! I'm 1 second. I uh I actually I actually I had this up on another screen, and okay, here we go. And because of the fact that I was having technical difficulties, it did not stay up on the other screen, but that's okay because I know how to fix it really quick now. I've been practicing. Uh-huh. Last week was a nightmare. We had some bad situations going on last week, but this week I'm a lot better. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to share my screen, and so a lot of times we hear how exercise is really important when it comes down to resolving constipation. And one of the things I really don't like, and what I'm hoping that I could bring as far as a value by being a doctor and being in this space, is instead of just giving you guys words like, yeah, eat healthy, sleep, get plenty of rest. Okay, why? I'm hoping that I could put some context behind it so that if you think that you don't want to do it, you'll think about the benefit that occurs if you do it, and it may make you more so easily compliant. So, the first thing I want to show you guys is how exercise helps with constipation. I will share my screen with you. Let's see. Okay, I think yes. Okay, all right. So this, hopefully, when you guys see this, it will make a little bit more sense as to how it all plays a role. I think that this picture here is going to help us out. All right, here we go, gang. All right. Mm-hmm. See, I got good at that, huh? Uh-huh. You impressed? I get. See, if you were here last week, you would know this is a lot better. So basically, and it's going to sound like a long explanation, but trust me, it's all relevant. So basically, the nervous system is split off. We have the central nervous system and we have the peripheral nervous system, and they all serve multiple functions. The central nervous system is more so where the neurons send information so that it goes to the brain and it triggers you to have certain thoughts and certain behavior. Whereas the peripheral nervous system is more so where the transmission goes to the peripheral parts of your body and even to your organs. Now, here's the part. Here's the part that will make it all make sense. The peripheral nervous system is actually split up, and that's where exercise plays a role in bowel movement. The peripheral nervous system is split into, I'll show you. Okay, peripheral nervous system diagram. See if that provides us with the information that I would like to share with you guys. Okay, so well, I think that this one does, it plays a role, but mainly, oh, here, there we go. Let me see. Okay, can I get this? This is perfect. If okay, guys, wish me luck. I'm gonna click on this. Oh, okay. Um, all right. So, basically, the you guys are not gonna believe I did the same thing I did last week. I did not plan to do this, but unfortunately, I gotta do it. Uh, okay. Okay, so you can see me when I click there. Okay. So, okay, I think that when I click, so I can't click. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Well, so I'm learning more. So basically, this is the image that I would like to share with you guys, but I think when I click it over here, that kind of ruins it. So work with me. Oop, doggone it. Oh, all right, all right, we're gonna get this. So basically, that diagram that I was trying to show you guys, I'll just more so tell you because you guys are bright. Basically, the peripheral nervous system splits into somatic and autonomic nervous system. And the somatic and autonomic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system has a lot to do with the GI function. So, just basically, the point when you exercise, there are three main systems that all work together that are imperative, and that's the nervous system, your muscular system, and your skeletal system. If you move a finger, that affects all three systems. It's not just affecting the finger. There are muscles in the finger, there are things that went through your neurological system, and then this skeletal system because it's your bone. So, by exercising, when you exercise, you release certain hormones. And it also allows everything to, all of the systems to work together in the way that they were intended to work together. Hear me out. If we don't exercise, we normally, as we age or as we go through life, suffer a decline in those three systems. By not utilizing that system the way that we were intended, it could cause, just like any other system, for it to malfunction. A malfunctioning of your nervous system can lead to a malfunctioning of your bowel. Does that make any sense? I'm just basically trying to show you guys how exercise is imperative if you want to have normal bowel movements. So there was a person I saw today on, I think it was um, TikTok, and she was basically talking about let me just make this large again. She was basically talking about, she doesn't exercise because she likes to eat and she this that, and my mission is to share with you guys how something that we have allowed to be placed as optional, which is exercise, is probably up there in priority with breathing, but we haven't been taught to look at it like that. So that's the reason why, like, stool and fupa, it all time, there's nothing that we will talk about, period, that won't go back to exercise helping to resolve that problem. So now hopefully you guys see, Mary, hopefully you guys see that exercise plays a role in helping to regulate your bowel because of the activity with your central peripheral nervous system and the way that your nerves, muscles, and bones all have to work together. And going into that same realm, a lot of times we're constipated because of the pelvic floor. And that's why sitting in a certain position helps. So if we are not really exercising, there are pelvic floor exercises. There's even like yoga that you could do to help with constipation. But I'm just trying to show you guys that and I take a lot of things for granted, and I do it very humbly because I haven't really suffered a lot of pathology and some of the things that some of the people mention in my DM, I'm like, I'm like, wow. But I think that the way that I live my life has prevented me from dealing with some of these because I have pathology in my family. My parents, they both have diabetes. They both, are on medication. So it's not like I'm not susceptible, but I think I live my pretty much not and not 100% clean. I'm not walking around here like I eat like I go outside and I climb a tree and I grab a cantaloupe and nah. I'm struggling with eating difficulties too. So we're all in this together, which is another reason why I'm hoping that I can identify because I'm on your side, you're on my side, right? I don't want to fupa, you don't want to fupa. I want to poop, you want to poop. Let's get together and let's work the whole problem out together as a family, right? So exercise. Now you understand why exercise is so important when it comes down to poop. Number two, posture. So when we go to the poop room, the poop corridor, the poop salon, the poop parlor, there's a certain way that we're supposed to sit. Hey there, Mr. Hartley, how are you? Oh, that's okay. We just were talking about poop. We were just talking shit. So no, don't even worry about it. And, you can always check out the replay. So when number two, posture. So we are actually supposed to sit with our back upright. Mr. Hartley, I was just sharing with them to look at their puppies or their kitty cats next time they go poo poo and look at the postures that they sit in. And I want you, just like your kitty cat, you know how she lifts her tail up? I want you to lift your tail up. I want you to poop just like your kitty cat because she knows the right way. If you notice your pet, you guys notice your pets poop at the same time every day. You notice that? Because that's how it's supposed to be. What makes us exempt? The only difference is they walk on fours, we walk on twos, they get fur, we don't. But besides that, we're all mammals, right? So just look at some of the things that are going on with your pets. And if they're not going on with you, well, either your pet got a problem or you got a problem, right? But yeah, so animals poop on a regular basis. So, going back to the posture, you want to sit upright. You don't want to be hunched over. You want to sit upright so that you relieve the pressure on your pelvic floor. You also want your knees to be higher, closer to a 90-degree angle with your heart. You also want your legs to be kind of spread open, almost like in a perched position. And so sometimes you even need a step stool to put under your feet to elevate your feet. If you don't have access to a step stool, you could always just sit on tippy toes because it's really just the elevation of your knees that you're trying to do. As stated, you want to have time because it could be scared. You want me, come on, poop, come on, everything's okay, come on. So you want to have time. You don't want to be in a hurry. You don't want to have like hit the snooze button, hit the snooze button, hit the snooze button. Oh shoot, you got 5 minutes. You know you don't want to do that, and you want to relax your arms. Okay, now one of the things that you want to do is you want to expand the walls of your abdomen, of your tummy, so that your bowel can be a little bit more relaxed when you're trying to evacuate it. So there are two sounds that you're actually supposed to make. One of them is like moo wah, and you want to breathe, inhale and exhale. All right. So you probably yeah, if you gotta go, you probably don't want to do it at the corporate bathroom because whoever's in the stall next to you gonna be like looking under there trying to see your feet. Like, what is it? Why is this person out here making this move? Why they got a step stool and so you may want to do this at home, or I don't know, do it in public. I mean, can't nobody judge, right? You gotta go. You gotta go. If that's your scheduled time, 4:30, and everybody else is in the bathroom 4:30, they'll get used to it, and they may even start asking you. You all could go in there at the same time together, and everyone, all five of the stalls could just be moo. So yeah, but Like I said, back to the point. Being serious. We're talking about poop. We gotta be serious. This is a serious topic. Very serious. Okay. So back to the topic. So you want to sit in a certain way, and like I said, you want to make those sounds, inhale and exhale, and relax, and you will see the poop flow out a lot easier. So that's number one, and that's number two. I also brought some toys, some things to show you guys what you eat. You poop what you eat, right? You are what you eat, you poop what you eat, whatever. But fiber, okay. I normally I eat like about like an apple a day, and I don't know, it's just like out of habit. But fiber is a way for you to because your body needs fiber. Phytonutrients also help out a lot. Kiwi is something that could help. Prunes, because of the fiber and the sugar. All right. And not necessarily the juice, but the prunes. So increasing fiber, carrots, raisins. So you want to increase the fiber in your diet. Let's say you don't like, well, I hope you like fruit, because we're going to talk a lot about fruit. Fruit is very important. But if you don't, you could always use over the counter fiber like Metamucil. Put a tablespoon of Metamucil in your orange juice, and that will help out. So, foods. Some of the other things are apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar can help with your poop. Now, um, it, water is also important, but warm water is more so important than cold water. And if you wanted to just get you like a little tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and put it in a nice little warm cup of water, that can help to increase your regularity. Now, I share with you guys one time. So three things. It's gonna be more than five. I think I just put five so that people click on the thumbnail. I mean, my thumbnails are horrible anyway. So, what we've already talked about: sleep, exercise, diet, apple cider vinegar. I don't know if you want to just consider that diet, but let's talk about what's going on inside of your GI lining. Now, we have bacteria that lives in us on a regular. Don't pay no rent. Just live. You know what I'm saying? Just live off you. Just a freeloader. But we need them. We have two different kinds of bacteria. We have a good bacteria and you see, huh? Yes. Yo, great, great, great. That's why you're so healthy. I know it's something about you. Absolutely. That's right on. So the bacteria, we have good bacteria and we have bad bacteria. Now, we want the bad bacteria because they work together, almost like, opposite and negative, plus and a negative. They work together, but we never want one to dominate the other. We don't want too much good and we don't want too much bad. And I've mentioned to you guys before. See, poop is way important, and hopefully you guys are gathering that, because I just thought about the fact I was about to say what I'm about to say. The gut brain axis. This is huge. I actually talked to my professor from my master's. We emailed. There was something in my personal training that made me think about him, and we were just talking about the big deal that a lot of research is going into the GI system. The GI system is beginning to become really, 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 really important, which is why poop is increasing in popularity. So basically, like this gut brain axis thing, and the fact that you have active mitochondria in your GI system, and how important this is to the overall your thought. Like, for example, if you don't poop, if you're constipated, haven't you noticed that you're grumpy, you're in a bad mood, you know you're difficult to get along with? I bet if we went through like the divorce, and we asked at a screening, was the person always constipated? Because actually, it has a lot to do with your cognitive function. And what happens is with the foods that we eat from the Western diet, and that booger, that badness, it just sits in your tummy, it sits in your bowel, right? And it's causing inflammation because it's just sitting there way too long. And then you got the cells that are constantly replicating. Now, how does the good and the bad bacteria help? They kind of like help to keep the lining safe, our inner GI lining. And like I said, once again, just pretty much trying to say everything in layman's terms so that it all makes sense. All right. Now, you know how like if a woman is pregnant, it's like, my baby don't like spicy foods. I can't eat spicy foods because she don't like it. A woman can tell like, how her unborn fetus feels about some of the things that she takes in because she'll feel the baby kick, or sometimes it may increase the baby's heart rate or slow the heart rate down. That's actually the same way that your bacteria is in your GI lining with regards to the foods that you eat. So you eat In and Out Burger, and you are feeding that to your good and bad bacteria. They got to poop. So they're going to poop badness because you gave them badness. Where's the poop going to go? Well, not only is it going to go in your GI system, according to current research, it's also going to go to your brain. And it has been shown through abundant evidence how our bad GI system, bad gut flora, bad diet, and the gut brain axis has been contributory to the just mass increase of Alzheimer's. Because there's like copper, there's like certain metals, environmental toxins that are within some of these foods, and they don't have anywhere to go. And there's a lot of residual metals that have been seen in the brain post autopsy, well, post death, during autopsy of some people who died with Alzheimer's. So, what is one of the ways that we can help to make sure that the bacteria in our gut poops healthy, which helps to ferment the GI lining, and it helps to take more clean things to the gut brain axis that helps with our comprehension, it helps with our cognitive function, it helps with our memory, it helps to decrease the probability of Alzheimer's. There even are considered brain diets because now, and just think about that. And like you take any food, you just hit yourself upside the head with. I've never eaten an apple like this. Never. Okay, never. But I eat an apple. It goes into my GI system, and there's between the by the gut brain axis. That's how my brain gets access to the things that I took into my mouth that went into my tummy. It makes sense, right? So, like I said, see, a lot of people just throw things at you. I'm trying to give you guys a chance to be like, oh, okay, okay, go, so that maybe you'll be a little bit more compliant. So, what do we want to do? We want to make sure that our gut poops healthy. We can do it by diet, green diets. Like I said, it'll be like a week, and I'll have that series for you through my functional medicine course. It's all these great diets. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share with you guys. You guys are gonna love it. So those are gonna be some of the amazing diets. But if you want to go ahead and get a kickstart, just a green leafy diet. Just just understand that good and bad bacteria love green leafy vegetables. Um, the kale, of course, right? Kale, asparagus, broccoli. Y'all know what green food is, right? You go to the store, this is green, okay? Eat that, okay? So and also just know that when you cook foods, a lot of times you take away some of the things that really provide that food with its advantages. So don't overcook, and you really don't want to buy canned or prepackaged. All right. Now, another thing that you could do is, I think I shared this one time before. Um, these these are like um, you have, we all know about the um, probiotics, right? And unfortunately, just like anything else, it ain't just one thing, right? It's more than just one thing. It's more than just probiotics. Hey, Mr. Hartley, uh, how much is it? Oh, yes. See, that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. I got the smartest people on my team. huge. She was like, it helped out this much. You're 100% right. So I told you guys it was going to be more than five. So what are we on like now? 17. Water. Huge. 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 I had a patient who just recently started drinking water. I could not get that patient to drink water for nothing. For nothing. The patient would come in, urine look like this. Like, am I drinking enough water? I was like, no. Okay. So she called me the other day and she said, Dr. Tess, my urine is clear, like water. I was like, oh my God, it worked. Exactly. So most of us are dehydrated and we don't even know. But 67% of your body is made up of water. Now, let me go back to some of the things that were discussed in the physiology part of my personal training. They talked about the electrolytes that help with the central nervous system, including the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system, those being calcium, potassium, water, and sodium. So, water is huge when it comes down to the grand scheme of things. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of seniors that come into the hospital, and their reason for, like, they may be at a skilled nursing facility, and when the nursing facility is transferred into the hospital, their reason for admission is normally abdominal pain, and it never fails. We'll get them in the hospital. We'll give them a couple of bags of IV fluid. Next thing you know, you got to get a bedside commode. They woo, 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 woo. They're like, oh my God, I feel so much. Got a little old lady running down the hall, like, get her. Yeah, because now they're fine. Abdominal pain is gone. Because we did what? We gave them water with electrolytes. So water is imperative. And like, you guys have seen me. Yeah, it has like, let me see, it has little times on it, and this is on my Amazon page. I'll put the link, but I make sure that I go through, but I go past the times. I mean, like, I'll just go 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 go, but see, it even says get started, and so it starts at like 8 in the morning, and then you get down to 1 o'clock, and then you fill it up again at 2, and then it goes down to 7. I usually fill this up about 2 or 3 times a day. All right. So really quick formula, if you want to know how much water you should drink, take your weight in pounds and split it in half. And so if you weigh 200 pounds, just for easy math, right? You weigh 200 pounds, and then that gives you 100 pounds. And then you could take that 100 pounds, you could convert pounds to liters. Bada boom, bada bang. So that is how much water you should drink in a 24-hour period. Period. So but most people, it's a lot. It normally is a lot. So I just pretty much tell people, just try to take at least 5 liters of water. 5 liters. I said that on purpose. 5 liters of water, and that's actually why I got this one, because I was able to cheat. This is a liter and a half. So for me to like have to go fill it up 5 times, that's like a little, that feels like a lot. But liter and a half, if I only filled up 2.5 times, I'm still good. So, but yeah, I usually get most of my water bottles in the liter, so that way I don't have to worry about. Yeah, you get those little. You'll talk to a patient and be like, I drink plenty of water. How much water do you drink? The little bitty 8 ounce bottles, those little mini pack. No, no, sweetie, that ain't nowhere near enough. All right. So yes, water, absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing that up. So like, this is just a system I use, Modere. I'm not promoting it, but I am. If you want to hear more about it, click the link in the bio. But um, I got this because I had that abscess, and I was put on antibiotics, and antibiotics are known to take away the good bacteria in your bowel, which sometimes can lead to certain GI infections like Clostridium difficile, which is a common known side effect with antibiotics. So I didn't want to have, because I had two big gun antibiotics. So I contacted my friend, and I was like, hey, that stuff that you use, could I go ahead and get that? So that's how I actually, started using Modere. And of course I kept using it after. And check it out. This helps me to get all the things that I know we need to maintain regular bowel function. It has like the phyto greens. You remember we were just talking about a green leafy diet? It has the phytonutrients, and it has a component that has the pre, because see, trebiotic, tray, 1, 2, 3, tray, unos, dos, tres. So you have the pre, the pro, and the postbiotic. And between those three, those help the little bacteria in your tummy to have the appropriate poop to make sure that your tummy remains fermented. Because if it's not fermented, you could end up with inflammation, leaky bowel, and all kinds of drama. So you don't want that. So and it tastes really good. So I sprinkle it like on my yogurt, or I mean, just dip it. I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it anymore. I just do it because I know that it works, and there's no flavor. So that's another way. Supplements. You can provide yourself with supplements to give yourself the appropriate gut flora. So we said exercise, sleep, water, diet, supplements. Now there's a lot of uh, yoga yoga for, and if you think about that, goes back, oh, position, there's that goes with the position. It goes once again with relaxing your body overall. Now some women are constipated around the start of their period, and you also can have constipation when you're postmenopausal. So it's not just the bleeding, but it's the body, the cyclical movement of your hormones. So yeah, and of course, we know about like pregnancy and obesity and all those different factors, but mainly your diet. Okay, so your diet plays a huge role in the regularity of your bowel movements. So, that's mainly about it. There are easy ways that we can have regular stooling, and also know the difference between, are you constipated or is that just your normal? And if you're going about 3 times a week, pretty normal. Okay. If you're over a certain age and if you suddenly have constipation, that should be looked into, especially if you haven't had a colonoscopy. If you're over 50 and if you never were constipated before and now you're constipated all the time, we may want to take a look at that. One of the main cancers that is just like, it's just a sneaky little varmint, and it's cecal cancer. And the reason why I bring that up is because um, if we have cancer that's, it's two sides of your colon. You got your right side of your colon and you got your left side of your colon. Okay, so the cecum is on the right, and the cecum is like that little pouch that's right above the appendix. The little appendix, there's like this little sac. That little section of your bowel can hold a mass the size of this apple, and you wouldn't even know. So it's very, very subtle. Whereas on the left side, the sigmoid, which is normally where you would have like a cancer or a mass or obstruction, it presents right away normally with constipation. So constipation could, if you never had constipation before and you have a constipation now, your body can't talk to you. Your body can't be like, hey, psst, hey, get out. I got some. So it will do things that it normally didn't do before. Uh, Early satiety, unintentional weight loss, bloating, abdominal pain, um, mild nausea. You're just always nauseated all the time, not unless you're pregnant, but nausea. So don't ignore some of the signs of your GI system. Guys, respect the fact that your GI system is is called your second brain for a reason, right? Now, we have to treat it accordingly, and making sure that we have regular bowels, but regular poop is imperative. So don't go along with the propaganda. It's not that big of a deal. I see many people when they come in and they want these aesthetic procedures and they want different things done. But if we just address that, if I just talk to you guys about fupa, and if I didn't talk to you guys about the importance of having regular bowel movements, I'll give you an aesthetic fix that could be covering up a chronic problem, that if we fix that problem, it could increase the longevity of your life. So that's the reason why I dissect things the way that I do, because I love you. And if you love me, you push the like button, the subscribe button, go tell your friends, tie a string around your finger, and make sure you're back here every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Right? So, hey, let me see what my co stars got to talk about here. Hey, Mr. Hartley, what else you want to bring to our attention? Mrs. Hartley has been a platform public speaker for 40 years. He's going to teach us how to speak. He's gonna come speak with us one day. Mr. Hartley, you gotta let me know when you're gonna join. And Mary, I got my little cute friend here, Mary. Thank you so much for stopping by. And of course, our favorite Edwin. So listen, guys, I'm Dr. Tess. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This has been amazing. I had a chance. How many people actually just get to just talk on YouTube all for almost an hour on a Monday night? It's got to be a privilege, right? So hopefully you got some positive information that you could get up right from this video. You could implement that will change your life and help with the optimization of your looks, love, wealth, and health. I'm Tess Washington, board certified physician and surgeon, and I will always be here to just bring you joy and bring you some healthy conversation. Make sure that you come on back next Monday. We're here every single Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Subscribe, like, share, and drop me a comment if you want to hear about a topic, or if you feel a certain way about a topic that I discussed. I'd be more than happy to share your position. And I'll make sure I leave any links for anything that I just showed during the talk in the description box. So, have an amazing Monday night. Take care, and I'll see you at our next broadcast. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Love you too. Night night.